Hi, my name's Jack, and this is my brother Max. He's a 10-year-old game addict, and I'm going to find out what happens when I take away the thing that he treasures the most, video games. I'm going to see how Max copes without being able to play video games for 48 hours. Now, 48 hours may not seem long, but to Max, it'll feel like an eternity. Day in, day out, he spends every free minute he has on his PlayStation. The video game industry has come a long way since I was Max's age, and with kids playing more games than ever, I'm worried what effects it's having on him. So before the experiment begins, I've travelled to Max's school to speak to one of the teachers about my plan and what she thinks on the amount of video games that young children are playing today.
I think it's more the amount of time they spend doing that one thing means that they aren't very good at concentrating on things sometimes. I think it's an attention span thing that can be affected. And I think it affects sleep as well.
So, is excessive gaming for kids at that age bad for them, really?
I think the excessive part is, definitely.
Yeah.
I think there's no harm in playing video games. I think, in fact, it's a really good thing. But I think it's the excessive part. And that's the same with anything, isn't it? I think it's interesting, because I think if they're just playing one video game, then I think, I think an hour is absolutely plenty.
So, it's time. I sat my brother down and told him I was going to ask him some questions about video games for a college project. What is your name?
Max.
You're Max?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I used to play video games.
But he has no idea I'm about to ask him if he can survive without video games for 2 entire days. What kind of games do you play, Max?
GTA, Black Ops 4 and Fortnite.
I've got a question for you, Max.
What?
Do you think that you would be able to stop yourself from playing video games for 2 days, for 48 hours?
I can't do it, but I
Can't do it?
I can't do it.
You physically don't think you'd be able to Max stop is reluctant, and I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm going to be offering him a reward if he can complete his trial. What if I offered you £20 to spend on the PlayStation after you've done it?
That's hard.
That's hard. This took a while. How about this? £50. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Go on.
Go on then. I'd finally done it, and with the experiment saved and my wallet, it was time to begin. Look at me.
Okay.
You're going to be just fine. First up, a bit of head basket.
What?
All those and you missed.
Does.
Yes! Next up, Nerf guns. You want to play Nerf guns?
I don't know what you... These do hurt, so I'm just warning you. They do hurt.
Then for a classic game of dominoes, where I discovered something a bit disturbing. Can you not add them together? 6 add 5. You can do 6 add 5? What's 5 add 5?
10.
Well, what's 6 add 5?
16.
No. Basic mathematics.
No.
This was a shock to me. Max will be attending secondary school next year.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, X,
S.
S.
Also not confident on his alphabet. I'm not saying it's all down to video games, but I'm fairly certain that it's played a big factor. Right, I taught you earlier how to make a cup of tea for the first time, didn't I?
Yeah.
You think you can remember how to do that all by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The simple act of making a brew. He doesn't learn many practical skills away from his television, so I decided to teach him something that I think everybody needs to know. Have you been having fun doing something different, Max?
Yeah, but just a bit annoyed that I made this deal, because I actually do want to just go on my PlayStation right
You
now.
still want to just go on your PlayStation? So you would only do this again
But for more money.
for money?
Yeah.
You wouldn't do it for free?
I wouldn't.
Would you do for less money?
No more.
So far, you've not learned anything so far.
This is what you do in the olden days, play with games, but apart from...
In the olden days?
Well, when computers or something. I can still watch TV, but there's way less programs back then.
What about Grandma and Grandad who didn't have TV?
Wait, they didn't have TV?
No.
Just gonna wait for it. Actually. Don't want to stop.
Stop. That was pretty good. How did we get a nerve bullet on the side in the kitchen?
I have no idea.
Time for a nice fun bit of exercise. Finally, for our last activity, I decided to sit down with Max and show him something that I think he'd really enjoy, and while also learning something in the process. Planet Earth 2. And who doesn't like Attenborough, right? What? What? What did you say? Bored? Wow, this one stung a little. But clearly not for everyone. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
You did?
A bit.
Did you enjoy watching it more than, say, watching games on YouTube?
No.
After the first day, I have mixed emotions. I see Max having fun, but I can also see that he'd just rather be back playing Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
You had fun today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you have had more fun playing video games?
Yeah.
So, the next day, I brought Max to our local park for a good old-fashioned kickabout. Max, you know what this is, don't you?
Football.
Are you cold?
Yeah.
You're going to get warm now?
Get warm.
You're going to get warm? You're going to run around and play football?
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Yeah.
Having a great time, and I couldn't be happier. Right, Max?
Yeah?
How have you enjoyed your day today, playing football? Would you have rather been playing on the PlayStation or having fun? You wouldn't? So you had more fun? And there it was. Fun playing football today with me and playing on video games. Even after it's all over, I know deep down Max will more than likely go back to his old ways. But I hope to have at least taught him something and made him think about wanting to try new things in future, rather than the same old, same old. Do you not miss video games?
No.
You don't miss them? Well,
Go play some more.
we'll play some more football, yeah? Come on then. Go get it.
Hey!
A week or so after the experiment, I headed back to see Max and our mother to see how things had been. When I did the experiment with Max, 2 days, what did he get up to when I wasn't there?
Yeah, but I think he enjoyed it because he said to me, I think Jack's changed me. So I said, why? He went, because I'm excited about going to a park to play football.
How do you feel about Max's language, playing video games?
No, I just think it's kids in general today growing up too quick, to be honest. I do. I think we all go through that swearing stage, but I think Max is, whereas we probably did it, well, my generation did it at 12, 13. Whereas now they're doing it a lot earlier.
Hello, Max.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Did you enjoy the 2 days without playing games?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, but I don't want to do it again.
You don't want to do it again?
No.
What have you spent your £50 on?
I've used 30 of it on the PlayStation, but no.
Spent 30 on Max may not have had this almighty epiphany that I may have wanted from him. I was never going to take the hardcore gamer away from Max. That was never going to happen. But at least I've shown him something new. As Max grows older, I'm still going to try and introduce him to new things. But at the end of the day, none of that really matters. What matters is that he's my brother, and he is who he is. He may use the odd curse word every now and then, but Max is a good kid, and that's what matters. And I wouldn't have it any other way.